A very good evening, folks. Sorry about a couple of minutes ago. I went live and there was an issues with connecting to YouTube at the same time. So you're all certainly welcome in tonight. It's been a very controversial 24 hours since Celtic played at Motherwell last night and recorded another victory to make this go to the final day of the season where, it's a 90-minute game. Simple as it is. Celtic need to beat Hearts on Saturday, and it's the title of Celtics. Simple as it is. Today, all we've seen across social media is Rangers meltdowns, Hearts meltdowns, pundits from England saying that it wasn't a penalty, this and that. Look, everyone, bar Celtic and Hibs fans, want Hearts to win the league. It's fucking common sense at the end of the day, but we're going to look at the incident and we're going to put it as it is. Simple. If you you make any contact with your hand to the ball, especially past hip level, you're going to be penalised. And I'm not buying this bullshit where his shoulder was into Trusty. The simple facts is he handballed it. He literally handballed it. So we're going to look at that picture, the actual real picture from a photographer. None of this AI bollocks. We're going to look at the video that Celtic put up as well behind the goal of the incident as well, their angle. But these are all certainly welcome in on Facebook and YouTube. I'm a bit tired, I'm not going to lie. I went out last night to the Brazen Head for the game and I didn't get to my bed at 2 o'clock this morning and I was straight back up at 7 o'clock this morning for work. So we went into work, battled it on, felt really happy in work. We're all feeling delighted, looking at all the meltdowns from start with McInnes. But what I will say is there's rumours going around about Derek McInnes that the SFA are going to investigate his comments last night. First of all, he has no right to talk about the Celtic game. If it was his team on the day, fair enough. You can have that argument, but he was playing a different game. They were over in Edinburgh. So for him to even talk with the Celtic game and the bitterness he's shown towards Celtic, he talks about being a disgusting decision. What about the disgusting decision that he done almost was it 30 years ago of him singing Billy Boys when he was playing for Rangers or the Oco? It's funny how it's one rule for one and not for all. At the end of the day, I'm sick of Derek McInnes' bullshit and his mind games. His mind games are not paying off for him. The fact is, if Celtic win this league, it will go down as one of the greatest comebacks in Scottish football. It will go down. Celtic have momentum. They're now got at home. Momentum's on our side. We have 60,000 fans. We were not great last night. There's no question about it. We were absolutely shite last night at times in the game. We struggled. At times, Motherwell were a better team. And Motherwell probably deserved the draw. But at the end of the day, when you pluck away and you have a chance on goal and the opposition player handballs it, it's not even the case that we took a shot and it bounced onto his hand. The fact is, he went up in the air with Trusty and he handballed it. He handballed it. Like that, handballed it. So it's deluded mentality from pundits on Talk Sport, on Sky Sports, from fucking different clubs thinking that it was the wrong decision. Oh, he should have took his time making a decision. He was only 20 seconds, brother, beaten. He made the right decision. The fact is, he made the right decision. So let's look at the picture. And I'm looking at this picture from Lamy. There you go. There you go, right there. Does that look like he didn't handball it? It clearly looks like he's handballed it. Like, it's not a case where, as I said, we took a shot from outside the box and it hit his hand down there. That's it. You question them once, but that's straight out a handball. And John Beaton was not given it when he first seen it until VAR intervened and VAR said review it. He went over to the screen, he had a look at it and he said straight away, it's a handball, it's a penalty. That's all. That is all. And all these freaks out there, like I was watching Go Radio tonight And Barry Ferguson's like, oh, it wasn't a handball. It was a fucking handball. And that's you just need to look at every angle you can. And that is a handball. So hello to everyone that's tuning in. It is crazy. It's the meltdown is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. We have Sefco fans raging that they're at to be beaten 4 games in a row. You've got Derek McInnes at Hearts that is raging that Celtic scored in the last minute of the game last night. You've got pundits all over the place like Ali McCoist having a breakdown because it's gone to the final day and Celtic can actually win the league. It is absolutely brilliant, and I fucking hope we win the league. I just hope we Derek McInnes is greeting leaving Celtic Park. Greeting. And he should get a touchline ban. Because let's be honest, when Dom Robinson sent off Yang and then the incident with Tomoki Iwata as well in the past, what happened? Brendan Rodgers called it out. And Brendan Rodgers got a fine and got a match ban. No, it's perfectly okay for the likes of Derek McInnes and other managers calling out referee decisions that he can't face that are the truth, and we get penalised for it. And this whole conspiracy of the Vatican run the SFA, the SFA are terrified of Celtic and all this conspiracy bullshit. The fact is, Rangers didn't give away a penalty at Ibrox for 75 games. 75 games in Scottish football. And everyone wants Hearts to win it because they're sick of seeing Celtic being dominant majority most seasons. They're sick of it. They're sick. They want change in Scottish football. They want the outside team to win it. That's not in Glasgow. It's not going to happen. And look we haven't beaten Hearts this season. Let's be brutally honest, but we have to have optimism. The Martin O'Neill effect is paying off. Look at the crucial goals we've scored so far with Martin O'Neill coming back in. You look at the Easter Road, a Nacho goal. We look at Dens Park, a Nacho goal. They're big moments. And then coming back in the Cup semi-final against St. Mirren. It's beating Sefco the other day. Yes, he hasn't lost to Hearts yet as a Celtic manager. And I'm convinced that we can beat them. I'm really convinced that if you play the right team. Let's be honest, there is flaws in our Celtic team. And there's cons. And we were scrambling yesterday, especially for the Motherwell second goal. You could see that we were getting rattled for about 25 minutes of the game. We looked poor. We couldn't get a string of passes together. But when you have belief, when you don't stop until the last whistle, and so far Celtic have gained from late scenarios in the last 10 minutes of a game this season, they've rescued 28 points out of a possible 30 points, which is an unbelievable stat to go by, folks. It is unbelievable to think that we are still in this, and it's such a great buzz. It's a great buzz. We could be celebrating on Saturday at 2:30 with the Scottish Premiership kept at Celtic Park, or it could be a case where the team from Edinburgh win the league, and if they win the league, they win the league because they've been playing hard. They've nicked results. They've been up there. They've been top of the league from match day 5 because they have that belief. And we're starting to get that belief. We've been starting to get that belief for the last 6 weeks. Since the disappointing result against Dundee United, there's been a massive change of momentum from the Celtic team. And I want to talk about Callum McGregor's performance last night. I thought he was immense. I thought he was a crucial chance Motherwell had in the game in the second half, and he pulled off a last-minute block in the game, and that was a big, big block. And then Sinisalo pulled off some decent saves as well. It hit the crossbar, and then he got his footing right, so he could catch the ball from Maswinise. Like, that kind of stuff is big. It's big stuff. And look, am I nervous about Saturday? I'm sure a lot of us are nervous about Saturday, 100%. But look at that picture there. That's a handball. It's a handball. If that was a Rangers game and Motherwell handball, I'm sure it'll be swept under the carpet. Or if that was Falkirk and they handballed, you wouldn't really hear about it. You know, if that was Hearts, he wouldn't hear about it because it's Celtic. Because these just can't accept it that Celtic are back in this title race and they could pull this off. 90 minutes away from history, folks. No, the hand of God, you know, the hand of God. And according to the guy that handballed it, he's meant to be a Jambo as well. I was listening to a podcast earlier on, and there was a guy in the Go Radio studios, and he said he went to school with this lad, and according he's a Hearts fan. So look, it is what it is. Boo fucking who, cry all you want, McInnes, cry all you want, Ali McCoy's, cry all you want, Barry Ferguson. But we'll look at Derek McInnes's meltdown. We'll have a look at this meltdown. Because I played it last night. I ended up doing a podcast at 2:00 this morning. And I'll be brutally honest, I shouldn't have done it because I was absolutely gulped, running around with no clothes. Let's have a look at the incident, right? Let's see. Here we go. No, that's Negrin's goal. 2 seconds, folks. Let's have a look.
John Beaton has been told to come over to the VAR screen by Andrew Dallas and look
let's relive it. Let's relive the situation. And they're calling us cheaters. They're calling us cheaters, even though their fucking player handballed it. Yeah, you can see it. Straight away, boom. Unbelievable. Lads. So, let's see, can we get a different angle of it? Look. There you go. Straight there. It's a handball. Like, as I said, it's not a shot that was hit his hand and he's down. It's down at his hand's down at his hip and his side. I can understand that, and people could say, "Oh, it's hard done. That's a hard call," but that's a straight out. And originally, people are thinking, "Oh, was a foul on Trusty because it looks like he elbowed Trusty, and Trusty did go down." Straight out handball. You know, back to goal, straight away handball. Boom. Right decision by John Beaton. And well done, John Beaton. As much as he's getting shit for years, he's done the right decision there. And it's not the only time he got the right decision for Celtic this season, where Nacho had to step up and score a late goal. And that was at Kilmarnock as well. So I'm just happy that we're in this position. As I said, I never would have imagined this 8 weeks ago, that Celtic would be going to the final day and hoping for this. It's just absolutely brilliant. As I said, Ali McCoist on TalkSport having a meltdown. Hearts have been robbed. Motherwell have been robbed. No, Celtic would have been robbed if that wasn't given. If Celtic didn't get that decision, which was the right decision, we would be going into the game on Saturday trying to hopefully score 6 goals. But look, we can all breathe and say, you know what? Karma's a bitch. It hits you back in the face. It really does hit you back in the face. So, otherwise, what a goal by Benjamin Negrin as well. What an absolute cracker by Negrin. Great to see Maeda on the score sheet again for Celtic. Absolutely class. Hello to my friend down in North Kildare. No, it's North Kildare there. Absolute stonewaller. I'm loving this greeting that everyone's doing. Well, all I can say is, yeah. And you've seen Chris Boyd having an absolute meltdown this morning and last night. Chris Boyd was having another meltdown on the warm-up today. The fact is, we have technology now that are there for these situations. And let's look at this video. There's another video, another angle of this that Celtic doing as well. Let's have a look. This one here. So here's the throw in, right? I'm going to put the screen on. Ralston, throw in. This is no AI. This is straight to point, slow motion. There, you can see his fingers flicking when he had. And they're going, oh, he headed the ball. He fucking used his hand as well. And then his hand goes like that, back. Just ridiculous. Like, I think Specsavers are gonna have to open extra shops across the UK because of this. Because let's be honest, I think a lot of people their eyesights are fucked, and they're not looking at it right because that is the right decision. It's a Stonewaller handball, Stonewaller. Like as I said, if it hits there, fair enough. If it hits there, fair enough. It's a hard one to call, but when it's like that, you boom, like you're playing volleyball. It's just madness, absolute madness. How's it going, Martin? What's going down? Hope you're doing well. Penalty or no penalty? The question is, I call it karma. Exactly, I call it karma as well, Mandy. The refs have been plenty. Look, how many times have we been screwed over by bad decisions in Scottish football? What about the decision against? What about the decision that Neil scored against us? That was a handball. That was a handball at Easter Road. Joe Neal's when he took it down, hit his arm, and he scored. Scored the equaliser. That like no one's really talking about that much. That was swept under the carpet quick enough because it wasn't Hearts or Rangers. You know, there was that 24-hour. Yeah, Gary Lineker. I don't mind him. He's a gobshite. I don't like Gary Lineker. Like, he always has to stick his nose into something. Doesn't care about Scottish football. Don't ever give him any airtime. He's a gobshite. Like, let's look at the meltdown from Derek McInnes last night. An absolute walloper of a man. He does my head in. Thinks he's self-entitled that he deserve that Celtic that Hearts deserve the title. But let's have a look at his meltdown.
Well done. How pleased were you with the performance tonight?
Yeah, once we settled in the game, I thought
that's obviously when he starts getting all
any real kind
of mood going back into the dressing room.
Yeah, obviously some of the players are still coming in now. I think for our point of view, we weren't really sure what was happening, but it's the last home game of the season. We wanted to go around and do the lap of honour. You know, that interaction with the players and the sport's always something we like to do, particularly it's the last game at Tynecastle. But everybody was just interested in the score. So when you heard Celtic get a 96-minute penalty and it was going to VAR, and they were checking it, you just assume what's happening.
Yeah, he doesn't have a clue, boy, does he not? He's just raging, he is. Raging.
Motherwell, I'm really disappointed with that. I haven't seen it again. I've seen it before I came out to speak to you, and I think it's so poor that they've been given that penalty, and it looks as if they've been given it. I think they've been very fortunate on that side of it, and we have to realise we're up against everything. We need to go and deal with the game on Saturday.
A draw is good enough for Hearts, but you have to go in with that. You've won there already. Go and win again mentality, or how do you manage that now?
Yeah, I think it's difficult in any game.
At the end of the day, I don't think they're going to sit back and look for a draw. They may be shaken after Celtic getting back into it yet again, because Celtic, you know, maybe there's a miracle there. Maybe the Messiah Martin is working the wonders at Celtic, considering, as I said so many times on this channel over the last 6 weeks, forget about performances. Once you get the job done and you get the 3 points, it's all you need. It's all you need. And it would kill me. It would kill me to see him winning that league, because has he improved Hearts? 100%. They were a team that I thought they were going to finish 8th or 9th in the table. They've got the most points tally in a long, long time in the league. But let's be honest here. They don't he's just a prick. It's simple as it is. He's just a prick. He just talks shy. And because he's managed around the Scottish League for so long, he thinks he deserves a league title. No. So I hope Celtic will pump them. We do need an early goal on Saturday, 100%. I think, to be honest with you, I think a part of me is like, fucking this better not go 0-0 at half time, because You see, when we conceded that second goal last night, I was like, we're struggling here. We're struggling against a really good Motherwell side. And ask you, he didn't make any good account of himself as well. I'm not going to, you probably think I'm mad, but I was kind of pissed off. It's kind of like looking at Askew after that interview last night, and I was like, I don't want him. I actually don't want him, because the way he went on, he was annoyed that he was in that situation. He had to discuss that his team gave away a penalty in the last minute of the game. He was having a Brittany. I don't want Askew if he's going on like that. He's been pretty good how he speaks in the media. But the realization is, folks, I'm looking at it from a bigger hole here. We need manager that has won leagues, that has managed a longer term at bigger clubs. Like Askew has managed at Motherwell. It's not a case Motherwell have got to a cup final and won a cup final. Like if he won, just argument's sake, he played us in the Scottish League Cup final and beat us. Beat us in the League Cup final instead of St. Mirren. And he finished second place or third place in the league. I'd just say second place, right? You could turn around and say, right, fair enough, this guy deserves it. He's really, really improved. Motherwell could finish fifth. Motherwell could finish fifth in the table, and people are still wanting to ask you. You want the manager that's finishing fifth in the table. I know I came on the channel and I said, in the past, I would like John McLean. I think he'd do all right. I think he'd do all right to steady the ship at Celtic. But let's be realistic here. I think we're downgrading the value of our club by getting managers that haven't won the fucking league title. Like, I think getting Askew in, I don't know if he can handle that pressure. And I think it's going to be Askew, to be brutally honest. I just think he's been slugging around Celtic Park too many times. He was at the derby last week. I'm sure there's been a conversation between Celtic board members and Askew when he's been floating around when they were around last night at Fair Park. I'm sure there's been. I just think the way he spoke last night, it just annoys me. It absolutely annoys me. And I know he's there to be the manager of Motherwell and, have his fans on his side. Is it a stunt just to brush under the carpet that, oh, well done, Jens, you're going to get the job now in a couple of weeks' time, but just play along with that you're annoyed and we'll contact you when the season's done. Is it that? I don't really know. So, folks, please subscribe to the channel over on Facebook. We're doing really well. We put up a video last night on Facebook and YouTube. I was out for the game. I bumped into a couple of people for the first time, and they were nice guys from Belfast and Newry. And then when the incident came at the end, I recorded it in the Brazen Head. It just annoys me. Like, I understand a lot of people don't know the Brazen Head, but I hate when you put a video up and you say in the comments Brazen Head, and people below is like, where is that? Just go through the top comments. It says Brazen Head, like, it was a good place it was for the game last night. I don't doubt that Nancy will probably play the same football as Askew, but managers who want to play, don't even speak to me about Wilfred Nancy. He's after doing his first interview since he got the sack of Celtic, and he hasn't really made an account of himself. He's back over in Columbus. He's taken time off. He said he's been studying other aspects of football, and he claimed that he didn't want to go in and change it straight away, which is a load of nonsense, because let's be honest, he tried to change the system straight away. I think I might actually have the clip. Let's see here. I'm going to put this on YouTube and show you just for a brief minute. Let's see, can I find it? Nancy podcast. He was given all large on the interview. He done an interview for 57 minutes today. Let's see, can I find it? 11 minutes. 11 hours ago. I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I couldn't bother listening to the rest of it. I don't even want to give him airtime. The situation is, if Nancy didn't get If Nancy didn't get the job, we would have had the League One. We probably would have had the League One at Dens Park about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. That's the realization we probably would have won it then, or we probably would have won it against Falkirk in post split. Well, the truth is, we're there because Nancy came in and he fucked it. He fucked it up for Celtic, and he'll go down. He'll go down as probably one of the worst managers ever. Probably the worst manager ever. Worse than John Barnes. Robbie Keane, no. The man to take Celtic forward, not the man to take Celtic forwards. Everyone has different opinions on different names that are linked. People want Ange, people want Robbie Keane, people want this. They won't announce it until the season's done, after the cup final. I made it clear on the channel so many times. Don't really want Martin O'Neill next season. We need to move forward. I would like Martin O'Neill maybe be a director of football or moving upstairs. I think that would be ideal, but I'm just hoping that it's not Sean Maloney. I really, really hope it's not Sean Maloney. I just have that little suspicion in my head. If Celtic don't get Askew, if they approach Keane again, if Keane doesn't want it, if Martinez doesn't want it, it's they'll probably go for someone like Sean Maloney. You know, probably like Feed the Bear. How's it going, folks? I just want to say about anyone over on YouTube, I don't know what's going on with my notifications. People have said to me last night as well that my notifications are not popping up when I go live. So what I'm going to do is, going forward, I'm just going to put on the community wall that when I'm going live. I was meant to go live at 8:45 tonight, and going live at 9 o'clock because there was issues. I went on live and there was no YouTube viewers coming up. It was all Facebook. Oh, thank you very much for the £2 donation, Martin. That'll be getting put straight back into the channel as well. Are people forgetting Motherwell were one of the favourites to go down? He's done a phenomenal job. There's no doubt that he has done a great job on Motherwell. And even Motherwell fans have said it's probably one of the best Motherwell teams they've seen in recent times. Since the last time they won the Scottish Cup back in the early 90s. Like, people are putting that comparison up there, how good they were when Tom Boyd now played for them. So don't get me wrong, they're one of the best teams to watch, but they've dipped so much over the last 6 to 7 weeks. They got a result at Ibrox. They were okay against Hearts. And let's be honest, Motherwell were robbed. Motherwell were robbed against Hearts at Tynecastle. You look at that incident where Welch didn't even go near the Hearts player, and it was a penalty given. There was a penalty given. It's like there has been so much issues with VAR this season in Scottish football. And as I said, it's not me with my green tints on. I try to look at this. I looked at this today in so many podcasts. I took a step away and said, look, let's take the Celtic glasses off. Let's look at this incident. Is it a handball? It's clearly a handball. He goes like that. And once, if it's a case that it hit him there, as I said already, or it's back to goal. It's back to goal. And, you know, people don't talk about Trusty being pushed as well in the back and getting damaged into the face by an elbow. People don't talk about that. So there should have been a foul anyway given on Trusty. It should have been a penalty anyway, but it was, because it was a handball. And if it only takes 20 seconds and John Beaton reviewed it, and what's his name? Andrew Dallas was on VAR, they made the right decision. So you have to actually give them the praise there. And let's be brutally honest, you're gonna have it. The meltdown will continue until Saturday. It may continue on to Monday. You will have all these gobshites. Even, like, as I said, I wouldn't even bother watching the likes of TalkSport and Super Scoreboard and listen to the same crap from these people. At the end of the day, these are all anti-Celtic people because they want to see Hearts win it. Because so they'll have a story of, oh, this has been an unbelievable season. Hearts have won the league. If Hearts beat us at Celtic Park, they deserve to win the league because they've been consistent. People have written them off and they've done it. But if Celtic win the league, it's going to be one of the greatest comebacks. So we'll all be cheering on Saturday. We're all looking forward to it. Lou McCarthy was one of the worst managers we've ever had. Look at, we can moan about who's been the worst manager: Tony Mulberry, Lou McCarthy, John Barnes, Wilf Nancy. But the fact is, we've done well. We've done well. We've done really, really well since 2010. Neil Lennon set the foundations. Set the foundations of Celtic going on to be dominant. People say Martin O'Neill set the foundations back in 2000 when he came in the door, and he built on from Celtic doing the treble, then going on the couple of seasons later to European final. Unlucky not to win the league, win trophies that season, but we played some phenomenal football, and then going on to win a double going on to win the Scottish Cup in his final season, and then a double the season before with Larson's last season as well. And then you see Gordon Strachan getting us into the Champions League last 16 a couple of times as well. We've been spoiled with success, and we've had players that are played for the badge and gave everything. And, you know, as much as I said about this channel already, about the players this season, that some players haven't turned up, some players have been, you know, half-arsing it. I have to say, Daisy Maeda over the last 4 or 5 weeks has been immense. And do I take back me criticising Daisy Maeda's performances this season before this change of form? No, I don't, because you're going to have people in your in a workplace that will just check out, and they don't do the potential, the level that work they should be doing. They care less. And as I said, I don't know what switched Daisy Maeda's light on to be the Daisy Maeda he once was. But as I said, you know, he's had to bring in some really good moments. His pressing has been unbelievable. And here's the question for you: do we start in Iheanacho? Do we start in Iheanacho on Saturday against Hearts? I still believe, in my head, I feel Iheanacho is better coming off the bench. And you've seen how much it meant to Kelechi Iheanacho. I put up a video today of Iheanacho's crucial goals for Celtic. You know, that no chance, Maeda starts. Exactly, Keith. Tell them like he's only fit for 30 minutes apparently. Well, that's what you do. You bring him on for the last half an hour of the game and press. Like, look, the two games that we played against Hearts this season at home have been shite. But I've also heard someone saying today on a Celtic podcast that would we be in this position? Like, this was a Brendan Rodgers signing, getting Kelechi Iheanacho. Yeah, when we signed him, I was a bit like, come on, like, why are we going to the bargain basement here? This guy's struggled at Middlesbrough, he struggled at Sevilla. What are we doing? But it looks like he's finding his feet at Celtic. You can see that he's enjoying his football. And this is the first time he's enjoyed his football since his early days at Leicester City. I seen a picture of him today where he was on the bench the night when we drew with Man City in the Champions League. When Tierney scored, then Dembele scored. What a night that was! What a performance that night. Play Forest on Saturday. It's a must look at. I think a lot of fans have made the jury out on Taneki. Taneki cannot start a game. He had a chance yesterday to take a chance on, and instead he squared it over, tried to square it over for a player. He frustrates me. I just think Sebastian Taneki is one of them players where you really, maybe we should listen to offers from and actually maybe get rid of him. I don't think we're going to make the same value from him. Probably will make the same value or sell him for a little bit more, because he's played European football now for Celtic. And if we do win a league title and a Scottish Cup, that's added onto his valuation. And he's still young as well. But I would consider selling him definitely alongside Balak Wisha in the summer, because I just don't think he has the ingredients to be a Celtic player. If he looks better coming off the bench, why can you not give him that responsibility to start games and be prolific in games? And he hasn't done enough of it this season. And it's not me throwing him down the river and completely writing the guy off. I just feel like it's too much one trick stuff. He's too predictable. That's the easy way to say it. Like, if you're the opposition player, if you're a right back, you just look up Taneki, what he does. He goes to the wing, comes back, tries to cut in, tries to hit it. It's so predictable. And I know a lot of wingers do that now in the modern day. Jota done a bit of that as well, but I feel Yang be better out there on the left. Like, I have a feeling what's going to happen is I put Yang on the left, put Forrest on the right, and play Maeda in the middle. And in the last half an hour of the game, good night. Oh, going to bed already. Going to bed already. Jesus. Oh, good night to you, Barry. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing really well. Where's everyone tuning in from? Where is everyone tuning in from? And folks, I just want to say as well, we are up to 19,013 subs now on the channel. 19,013 subs. I am coming for this 20k. I cannot wait. Honestly, cannot. Jim, I'll read that out in a minute about the Tommy Burns thing. It's not like I'm neglecting it. I'm just going through the comments and seeing the positivity and stuff in the comments. Good to see you in, Jim. Good to see you in on Facebook. I don't know what's going on with my YouTube tonight. Oh, God, did you rob my jersey, Jim? As Tommy Burns said, what's so special about them there, Jim? They're there and always will be there. God bless everyone. And that was after the Centenary Cup final. And he said that he's gonna head up to the hospital to see his newborn son. Unbelievable stuff. As a phenomenal interview. It was one of the best interviews I've ever seen. That was with Jim Shoy. You know, my house, the big house must stay open. One of the lonely. Dave Africa, if he wins the World Cup, Jesus Christ. Send Braga off simply. Oh, Braga's a good player. Claudio Braga, I think he'll be snapped up. I think he's a good player. Would Celtic make an approach for Claudio Braga in the summer? It'd be interesting to think. I know that we're in competition now for Bodo Glimt striker Kasper Høeg. Kasper Høeg, he's 26. He's been banging goals in for Bodo Glimt. The Norwegian season only started there a few weeks ago in March. Well, back the middle of March, and he's already up to 11 goals so far this season, including the Champions League games as well. You know, I am in Greenock, but I'm Armagh, man. Good stuff. Did you go to the Lubo event that Axon done in Greenock the other night? I've been out to Greenock a couple of times. I went out and watched a Celtic event out there. Jackie McNamara, John Hartson, and Stilian Petrov. It was a good night. Greenock's all right. Full of loads of teams, isn't it? It's a proper team town, isn't it? My dad was an Armagh man. Come on, the Cavan. Is it Cavan Town? I'll give you a fact about Cavan. I named my daughter after the river Annalee in County Cavan. So there you go. The policing at the game was an absolute disgrace yesterday. Kept us locked out like animals and missed the first 15 minutes. Nobody was seriously injured in the crush. Didn't even heard about this. I'm glad you're bringing this to my attention. Look at Police Scotland. Obviously, they're doing cutbacks on policing games because they don't have the bodies, they don't have the funding, and Motherwell should be looking into that. To be honest with you, and Celtic, John Paul Taylor should be having a chat with the club. The club should be pushing, because that's a health and safety. Should be pushing the SPFL and the SFA about that, because at the end of the day, it's all about fan safety. We seen what happened at the Scottish Cup quarter final, where that guy from Dundee got assaulted by Sefco fans, and the Celtic buses shouldn't be parked on the Broomlong Road. That should never happen. You know, it's just ridiculous, the police and them. And this is the issue. This is what I think what's going to happen next season. I really believe that the allocation is going to be cut for these derby games. I think we're going to go back down to maybe 900. I just think it's not. I think it's going to be down to a policing issue. At the end of the day, it's going to kill the derby off. I want the 2,500, 3,000. I don't think we'll ever get back to the level we once were. And I think it was absolutely unbelievable that Celtic had the broom long stand and we beat them in the quarter final, and they couldn't hack it. Absolutely unbelievable. The reaction last night and today, the hatred we've had is it's just a disgrace. It is plunge. It's not even. It's getting to the stage where it's not Hearts, it's not Rangers, it's across everywhere. You got all these freaks, even on Sky Sports, like trying to push the narrative. Oh, let's see the underdog win the league. We're the underdog. We've been the underdog. We've been the underdog in this league since October, and that's been our own problem. McCoy's won't be punished, but I have to say, Derek McInnes needs to be punished. Let's see. How's it going, Marco Nicholson? Hope you're doing well. I got my reply today from Celtic about the weekend policing and all the blame game where fans were placed in jeopardy when both fans let out at the same time to clash all over the streets. It's poor policing. At the end of the day, there's young kids there. There's people that might have a disability. There's people that are, that are not great out in the social world, and it just, it's overwhelming for them. We've been around thousands of people, and especially opposition fans. That's a different level. You go back to the policing back in 2006 when it was called the Old Firm Derby. It was real serious. Used to have, I don't know if they even to be honest with you, because I haven't been at a derby since 2008. I don't know if they still put up them temporary fences, them steel fences to segregate the home and away supporters. I don't know, but it's a joke. It's a joke at the end of the day. So much money gets put into security, and everyone knows the stakes are high when it comes to a Glasgow derby. That they should have the policing down to the T. And I was annoyed at the time when one of the heads police and spokeswomen came out and started blaming the fans and this and the fans and that. At the end of the day, you should have enough bodies in there to make sure that didn't happen on the pitch. When the Union Bears evaded the pitch, they should never got 3/4 up that pitch to the edge of the box with a broom towards a broom long end. That should never happened. Celtic fans should never have been attacked. Celtic players should never have been attacked. It's a joke. And I know there's a small portion of fans there across every club that will ruin it for everyone else. But at the end of the day, what about the 7,500 fans that were there and behaved well? You have to give them the praise. Give them the praise. Every club has bad cookies. You'll get people that have drank too much, or they're under some sort of substance, and they don't care, and they want to be reckless. They let the occasion get to their heads. They think they're bigger than the law. And look, as I said, majority of Celtic fans, 98% of fans are behaved fans, and they represent our club quite well. They wear the colours and they support our club through and wide. But if there's a small portion of fans that ruin it, and I think out straight, I've said this so many times in the channel, home games and away games, if there's a small 5 or 6 gobshites, punish them, ban them. And that goes across for the Sefco fans. If Rangers are terrified of that the Union Bears, as you see that they had the banners at Celtic Park the other day, didn't mean fuck all because they got pumped 3-1 anyway. But I just feel like there should be a bit more policing with modern day technology. I think you should have more people in. At the end of the day, it's all about safety. You need to learn from mistakes. Look at what happened. Look what happened in 1989. 96 fans didn't return home. Liverpool fans from Hillsborough. And then sadly it came down to 97 fans that lost their lives of that disaster, overcrowding, poor policing. You need to learn from the mistakes from the past. And the indications were there when Tottenham played. I think Tottenham played Wolves a couple of seasons before that at Hillsborough, and there was squashing and poor policing and allocation. You need to learn all from all this. Fan safety is important, and I completely condemn so-called fans mocking the death of other football supporters in disasters. I condemn any sort of Celtic fan laughing about 66 fans. At the end of the day, these are human beings. Regardless, they might have a different view. Regardless that they might brought up and they might have sectarian hatred towards you. You don't wish death on someone. Like, it's just disgusting. From a football disaster. Like, if that was someone in a plane, you wouldn't you'd be thinking different thoughts about it. Different thoughts about it. Like, it's just madness. Like, I just like, at the end of the day, folks, we're human beings. Like, what says that that's someone's husband? The wife was a Celtic fan. Oh, they were. Majority of their family members were Celtic fans, and they were the one blue nose. Like, people don't think like that. It's just sad. It is sad. Like, as I said, and the small cookies out there, it's like a nightclub. You'll always get one or two gobshites to go to a nightclub, and they have too much babies down them, and they need to get chucked out. Simple as, bar them, that's it. But as I said, it's just really, really sad that I've seen that type of stuff. And I said, it didn't bother me when I seen stickers being put on the Broomlawn stand. You know, it's at the end of the day, stickers go everywhere. You get stickers all across lamp poles and walls everywhere. You know, it's the fashion these days. And I condemn chairs get smashed up in every stadium. Let's be brutally honest. Chairs get smashed up in every stadium. But you just, as I said, I'm not here to give Rangers respect to a level like, oh, we should treat them the same. No, but it works both ways. If their fans are going to treat us like shy and their club are going to treat us like shy, you do have to take a step back and realise, like, something needs to be done about it. Something needs to be done about it. We all know what happened with the allocation at Ibrox. This has been all going on since Mother's Day 2018. But we're not here to talk about. We're not here. Like people forget about that. And it was a Catholic priest that done the ceremony for the 66. People forget about that kind of stuff. You know? Exactly. There's no point pointing the finger out and blaming our ultras for the what happened. It's not our ultras. It's down to a small portion of cookies. You don't blame a particular group of people for bad behavior. It's not done that. Like, I understand some fans just don't like the Green Brigade. I don't like the boys, but at the end of the day, we need them. We need them because they're our 12 men, and they do phenomenal charity work. You know, some of the stuff you don't have to agree with. At the end of the day, that's them voicing their opinion. It's all about free speech. And if they believe that the Celtic board are very, they don't value their own fans, they have the right to say that. You know, at the end, you know, Jock Stein was a phenomenal man, you know, and I just want to talk about something as well on the channel. Right. I'm a bit annoyed about this. I'm going to get this off my chest. So I don't know if anybody's seen the AI clip going around of the Lisbon Lions before and after the Lisbon Lions video. Now, get me wrong, it's a really good video. It actually brought a tear to my eye. I can't believe there's tears coming out of my eyes for an AI video. So there's this page, right, called Sports Re-Illustrated. He's done a couple of clips, right? And he done one of the Lisbon Lions, right? So I thought it'd be nice to help the person. I posted up on my Instagram and I posted on my Facebook. And I got loads of shares and loads of attraction. And I tagged the wrong page in it. So the person messaged me and said to me, if you don't take that down, I'm gonna put in a copyright and you're gonna lose your page. How sad are you? How sad are you? It's a page that has nearly over 120,000 followers across two social media platforms, and because I put up his video and tried to tag him in it and give him some recognition, he was having a hump, and I had to take it down. So what I'd recommend is don't even sub to his channel. Don't sub. I wouldn't even bother. If he puts up anything about Celtic in the future, don't give them the recognition. How sad. A big Celtic page puts up a viewer video and tries to give you the recognition saying, this is by Sports Re-Illustrated. And they messaged me this morning, if you don't take it down, we're putting a copyright infringement in. What? Because I'm at the putting you up and trying to give you some, you know, like that's sad. And you know what I'm thinking? Maybe it's a blue nose. Maybe it is a blue nose because they put up the the Sefco team that won the Cup Winners' Cup that doesn't exist in 72. They put that up quicker than the Lisbon Lions story. So you know what? I took it down. I'm just going to put it out there and just going to make it put wide to you. See that page, Sport 3 Illustrated? Unsubscribe to it. Unsubscribe to it. I couldn't believe that. I was reading the message this morning. I was like, you know what? I'll delete it. I won't even block them because they'll think that I've kept the clip up. I'll delete it and then show them that it's gone. And you know what? Next time something goes up, I won't be given any recognition. A few people actually was telling me to watch it. And I watched it. I was like, nah, not a chance. Not a chance. Give it. It's just sad. It's a sad state of affairs. Because it's not giving them attraction to that channel. That's what they said. I was like, you're a sad person. You are a sad, sad person. Like, at the end of the day, you shouldn't even, like, you should be delighted that a Celtic page found your clip and put it up. But no, because you weren't getting followers out because I tagged the wrong page. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. It happens. We're all humans. How's it going, Natalie? Hope you're doing well. I hope Derek McInnes gets banned. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think the SFA will shit it. I think the SFA will shit it when it comes to McInnes and Hearts. I think they will. At the end of the day, everyone wants Celtic to win the league. Oh, not win the league, lose the league. Bar Hibs fans. And I couldn't believe Andy Murray was asked, does he want to see Celtic win the league or Hearts? And he actually said he'd rather see Hearts win it. Like, come on, you might be a Hibs fan. Unreal. Bitter. He is bitter. McInnes is bitter. And he won't get over it. AJ played well last night. You know, it's good to see Sriracha come on as well, by the way. But I don't know what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. Will we see Marcelo Sriracha leave Celtic? Some mop of hair on him, by the way. He looks like an Arcus drug dealer with that hair. He does. The Uruguayan Arcus drug dealer. He's a nice. He just seems like he's real direct. You know. That's understandable. Look, Cassie, Johns, I can understand. They're up against everything. McInnes is. I honestly think Hearts will sit back in the first half an hour of the game because what their plan would be, right? They'd be like, right, we have 600 fans. If we sit back and they know that Celtic are not very direct at times. If they sit back and park the bus, they'll know that fans will start getting frustrated. There is going to be vibes of 1998 there. Let's be brutally honest. I know Larson scored early enough in that game. There is going to be vibes. Fans are going to feel on edge. You know what I might actually do on Saturday morning? I might go up to Celtic Park 2 hours before kickoff. Just go up and interview people. Because I was speaking to a lad last night in the pub and he said, you know what? Just go up and record. Go up and talk to people. You know? Have a chat with people. See what their fan perspective is. Fan engagement. What would kill me is... what would kill me is not getting a ticket in the game and see it. I'd done this last year. Maybe Pals went up to Celtic Park and just to get a few pictures of the day, and we didn't go to the game. We ended up watching the game in Connolly's, and they killed me walking back to Dalmarnock where everybody's walking to Celtic Park. I'm like, oh God, this is painful. You know. But look, I hope everyone has a great time on Saturday. I really do, and we'll all be part of history if it's through this app, if it's through post, if it's being there with your best pal or your loved ones. And just remember as well, folks. I know this sounds really really sad what I'm going to say, but remember, for your father, your brother, your mother that only recently passed away or passed away a couple of years ago, think of them. If Celtic win a league, just think of them and think of how they would have dealt with this season. Think about how they would have dealt with. Would their blood pressure been high? Would if they got you through this season? Have a think about the ones that have sadly passed away and we've lost. Maybe bigger fans than you that dream of green and being Celtic. Think of them people. You know, it's. I always look, and I spoke to my uncle the other day. My uncle got me into Celtic. My uncle's a Dublin man from Finglas. and he met a woman from Clydebank. I've said the story loads of times. I'll repeat it anyway. He met a Clydebank woman, and we went out for me and him went out for the cup semi-final against Sefco. And that's the first time I went out with him in about 3 years for a game, and I could see how much he loves Celtic. He got me into Celtic, and it's just like, as I said, I wasn't born into it like yous. I was adopted into it, and I love it. I love every moment of it. I love doing videos. I love sitting there and work, snipping videos, putting videos up. I love posting stuff about Celtic. I love wearing Celtic because it's my life, you know. And I'm lucky. I'm very, very lucky to have a partner who's a massive Celtic fan from the East End of Glasgow that was born into it. Because I was out with her last night, and she was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "I'm really in tears." I was like, "This is what it's all about. This is Celtic Football Club, you know." It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's like, I remember when my dad came over for his first Celtic game, and it was against Benfica, and he couldn't take in Celtic Park. He was taken back when You Never Walk Alone came on. The same thing happened to me the season before. McGeady scored in that game, by the way, as well. But yeah, you know, it feels great. It feels great. I was on my lunch day in work, and some guy recognised me from the channel on the middle of the street. And there's me with me Greg's cup of tea and me sausage, Danny's sausage roll. And he stopped me and he's like to me, "What did you think of last night?" and all. And he called me by my name, and I was kind of like, how does he know me? He probably knows me from Facebook, or he probably knows me from YouTube. But it's just randomly good when someone recognises you from talking about Celtic. You know, it's great. I want to give a shout out to me friend, one of my best pals. His name is Gary. Gary was on the open goal tonight in the fan debate. So shout out to Gary. Gary's a good man. He is. Does a podcast as well. Big team. I was out with Gary on Sunday for the derby, and I'll tell you one thing about Gary, right? Gary walked out at half time at a pub, and I was like, "You okay? Are you all right? Is something wrong, man? Is there something wrong?" And he's like, "I'm just worried. I'm just worried." And I goes, "What you worried about?" Because we're going to get over the line here. He goes, "We need to get over the line, or it's the league's done." And I was like to my guys, "We'll get there." And you could see it. Like, Gary's, grew up in Glasgow. He was only young. He was at the game. I think he was 12 years of age when Celtic won the league. I think it was actually 12 or 2. No, he's 12 years of age when Celtic won the league in 1998. And he goes on about it. He's like, "Oh, people are coming up to all the Celtic players and begging them to stop Rangers and doing 10 in a row and all." And he talks about when Stilian Petrov served him food in the chippy van. I think it's in the Gorbals. And so he has a picture of him and Stilian Petrov. Stilian Petrov broke down in tears when he handed them. We met Stilian Petrov in Darndale in Dublin in 2019 when Celtic clinched the league against Aberdeen that day. Lustig started a party up in Batodry, and my mate Gaz got this picture blown up, and Stilian Petrov could not believe it. He was actually taken back by emotions. It was great. It was an iconic moment. But, it's just stuff like that, folks. It's a proper family club. And what I love is, see the likes of Stilian Petrov, John Hartson, now Joe Hart, Scott Brown. He's kind of on the fence. Brownie. Brownie's still backing the board at some steps. I love Scott Brown. I don't know if he's watched the video of Scott Brown against the 5 Sefco fans. And he was pretty good in it. He presented himself quite well. Very honest. And look, there's more to football than 90 minutes to football. 90 minutes, there's bigger shit going on in the world than football. But yeah, how many of this? I saw your comment, Greedy McGeady. A lot of people, Aidan McGeady. I've touched on Aidan McGeady a couple of times in the channel. I've met Aidan. He's actually all right, to be honest with you. I've actually had a conversation with Aidan McGeady in the past, and a good chat with him as well about stuff in the past. And we have different opinions. Get me wrong, different opinions on different things, as we do. It's because it's free speech, and I have to put myself out there in the public, like he puts himself in the public. But I did say to Aidan McGeady, you know, you were the first player I got in the back of my Celtic jersey when I came to Celtic Park for the first ever time. It was the white tour jersey with the green and yellow stripe down it, the Carlin one. I goes, you brought good moments under Gordon Strachan's regime. You bought decent moments under Martin O'Neill. When Martin O'Neill gave you your debut against Tynecastle. But you know, Aidan came through the academy and had his chance. He represented the Republic of Ireland, and he got a lot of hate for not declaring for Scotland. But he had obviously a granny that was from Donegal. And look, I'm not going to talk bad about the guy. At the end of the day, I've had a conversation with him. He had the decency to sit down with me for a half an hour and have a good conversation about Celtic. So, you know, people judge people from the outside and say, this and that about them. But they're actually, when you actually sit down with someone and actually have a conversation, your persona kind of changes a little bit. So I'm not, as I said, I'm not a complete Aidan McGeady fan, but I appreciate him. I appreciate him sitting down and actually having a conversation with me for 20 minutes. I respect that. I respect that a former footballer didn't shook his head and be, you know, rude to me. He was actually decent to me. So yeah, I must show that I must be doing something all right with the channel. So regards to Milky Moo, hail, bring on Mikey, bring on Sunday. You know, we're not going to talk about that situation. We're not going to talk about that on the channel. I done a video on that. I had to take the video down because I brought a lot of controversy. But I spoke my mind, and I'm entitled to what I spoke about, Char. Simple as. How I felt about that day, I stand by how I felt about that day. At the end of the day, Darren O'Dea, I'm not a big fan of Darren O'Dea, but I will say one thing. I agree with Darren O'Dea, what he said recently about the board and the players not getting the breakthrough, young players not getting the breakthrough at Celtic. I think there needs to be more of that. 100% needs to be more of that. Will we see Zion Pullen move on from Celtic? Would he ever get competitive? He's at 94 goals and assist contributions for the Celtics under 16s, you know? I thought Big Martin had his bones on here. Where's Martin anyway? Hartley acting on Sky Sports like he never played for us. I'm surprised with Paul Hartley, to be honest with you. Paul Hartley was a decent servant for Celtic in that couple of years we had him at the club. But, like, you know what? It's Sky Sports. Buy into the propaganda. Buy into the Hearts propaganda. You know, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what it is. Shout out to my friend over in West Belfast. Martino was a good man. I appreciate Martin. Martin, I've had good times meeting you. Good laugh them couple of times we've seen it. Have you seen Charlie McGrew celebrating with his son? Yeah, Charlie McGrew follows me. I've met Charlie McGrew a couple of times. He's a nice guy. I have a lot of time for Charlie McGrew. Anytime I post a video up and about regards to Charlie, like his memorable moments in the Celtic show, he always reposts it. He's a good lad. He's a funny. If you've never seen Charlie McGrew live, I'd recommend going to see Charlie McGrew live. He will have you in stitches. What you see is what you get with Charlie McGrew, and it's great. It is absolutely great. Just on another topic as well. There's a meeting organised for the 19th of this month. So the Celtic Ticket Alliance, the Willie Hockey thing, is going ahead. Now I've been invited to the event. I still have to decide if I'm going or not. So Willie Hockey will be there. Paul McStay will be there. I might just go and see what they have to say about the Celtic Ticket Alliance. To be brutally honest with you, it doesn't affect me because I'm not a season ticket holder. It doesn't, but it is a topic that we have to have discussion because this is a family club. You know, there's people in here that go to the games week in and week out. They put their life into Celtic. And if they're willing to want to have someone that's actually put a voice towards the board, obviously people want to know that. You probably want to know what the idea is and what the vision is. And you know what? I probably will go to it on Tuesday night. I'm going to decide over the next day or so if I'm going to. I have to email them back. But I'm sure there will be. It's good that Celtic fan media have been invited. What are you doing for the game? I can't play the Charlie McGrew song because I'll get done for copyright. So I have to be careful. And what are you doing for the game? I'm going to go out and watch it probably in the pub. I'm thinking of going to Celtic Park early enough to have a look and, you know, see can I catch up with some fans and interview a couple of fans and stuff like that. I'll see because I need to get someone to hold the phone and chat. But Charlie McGrew going tomorrow. Where's Charlie McGrew on? Is Charlie McGrew the prodigal son? I don't want to be making a balls of it. It's obviously dirty old town with Charlie McGrew. Charles Patrick McGrew. Singer Keats. I don't like singing songs only when I'm drunk. You know that. You should be knowing that well on the channel. Well, we will be doing a podcast tomorrow night, no doubt about it. We will be doing a preview for the game. Probably our biggest one off the 4-2 since. Which game are we talking about here, Mark? I'm confused. Really confused here. What are we talking about, Mark? Just remind me. Oh, was this the game? Was this the game at Tannadice in 4-2? Was this the game where Celtic won the league? Was it against Dundee United? 10 men. Is that the one? Oh, the Brazen Heads. I don't think we ever lost the game with me and the Brazen Heads. To be honest with you, I was there for the 3-3 game when Clermont thought you won the league against us. Yeah, that's the one. And off 4-2 against Rangers. It was a 1981 against Dundee, was it? Or 83 against Dundee. What's your favourite pub, Celtic pub in Glasgow? I'm not a big fan of Grace's. I'm not a big fan of Grace's. I just don't really like Grace's. I think it's too packed. It's, you know, it's people turning up for the occasion than turning up on the regular basis. You know, that kind of stuff. I just don't like when you're going into pubs where you call them the old firm fans, where they turn up for a big game, but normal games you'll never see them out. That kind of stuff. And now that people might say about me, but I go out as much as I can. The Loudon. Me and the Loudon. I like the Brazen. I just think the Brazen's vintage. I used to love St. Vincent's as well when I was around. Connolly's is nice. Connolly's is a good pub. It's too small. I like. Do you know what I like for a cup final day? The Glen Cairn in Rutherglen. Anya's ever been in the Glen Cairn for Charlie and the boys? It's a good day. It's a good old day out. The Glen Cairn, but it's cash only. Molly Malone's. Is that the one up in Sucky Hall Street, or is that the one down the lane? Malone's is the one down the lane, isn't it? Yeah. Because I've been to Malone's down the lanes. Molly Malone's. I've only been to Molly Malone's once, and it was actually for Ireland versus Belgium, Euro 2016. Instead of me going off to France, where did I go? I went to Glasgow for it. The lane, yeah, the one down the lane's good. I've seen Shay playing there a couple of times. The upstairs is good. Yeah, it's not bad. The Squirrel, I was in the Squirrel on Saturday, so shout out to the Squirrel. It's a good little boozer. Sitting in there having my Guinness Heroes. Good little boozer. I used to go to the one. I used to go to Gallagher's off just at the back of St. Enoch's there. Beaton's new boozer after yesterday. The brother Beaton will be in the Brazen, will he? The weekend now, celebrating with us. So the referee for the match on Saturday is Don Robinson. And then on VAR is Kevin Clancy. Kevin Clancy's on VAR. Yeah. It's good to see the numbers coming up tonight, folks. I'm going to stay on for another 5 minutes. See the comments from that Motherwell manager. He made an absolute arse for himself, didn't he? I'll tell you what, we'll look at the interview they done. And for me, I wouldn't be buying into it. Just 2 seconds now. 2 seconds. Oh. Sky Sports Scotland. Seconds. We might. Does anyone have any requests of any funny moments you want me to put on before I head? Goals, memories. What would you like on? Sweden's song in the Eurovision is a tune. I need to look that up. I will. Let me see. I can't believe Sefco got beaten last night again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They're falling to their arses. They're having a pure meltdown about Tavernier as well. That role basically didn't pick it. Tavernier in the squad, and then Tavernier left and all. We are third places trending. That's brilliant. Right. After this interview, that's kind of torn me off. Ask you a little bit.
The obvious place to start is the penalty incident. What did you make of it?
I think the big question is, what are we even doing here when things like that happen?
Big game. Something different.
But I thought I'd seen it all this year, but apparently I haven't. It's shocking. It's a shame for the game. I think we did everything we could to and should to finish off really, really strong at Fir Park this season. Finish where we started, in a great game of football between two teams who had good spells, both teams during the game. I think coming back from 2-1, we did that really, really strongly. We didn't hardly give anything away during second half. Besides, they had a few.
Never been to Tall Cranes. I want to go. Who's whining and who's bringing me up to Tall Cranes and whining and doing to me?
I think even after the game was supposed to be blown off, see that happening. It felt totally unreal. And looking at it on the TV footage, no matter how you read that situation, I can't see anywhere where you can find a paragraph in the rule book where it can lead into a penalty. Even if he touches with his fingernail, it's because there's contact when he goes up. His arm is here, then he gets pushed into it, so it will never be a penalty anyway. Let's say that actually did touch his hands, which I can't see, no matter what angle I look at. Also, you can see the way the ball, gets power, where the kid connects with the head and has a lot of power in when it goes. So, yeah, it's a crazy.
Folks, I'm sorry, but I can't listen to him anymore. I'm sorry. I just think he's going through. I think he's going through my absolute tits tonight, and he's like, I didn't see if it's your toenail. You're like a wish version of fucking Gravison, you wank. Imagine he gets a Celtic job. I look like an absolute dope. I honestly hope he goes to Toulouse. I don't want him. I just think, I don't know if that's just staged. I don't know if that's just staged, that he's put under the carpet. He's waiting for that phone call and he knows that he's getting the job. It's not going to go down with Celtic fans if he gets a job. Until the last rebel, Paolo says. So Paolo's asking me, shout out for Pablo and Sinead in Belfast. Shout out to Pablo and Sinead in Belfast from the Felons. How are you getting on? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, my friends. Hell, I hope you become a member one day for £1 as well. Great to see you joining in the channel. It was a Stonewall penalty in 2 moments. Elbow. I can't even be arsed even going on to it. They had their meltdowns last night. It was glorious. Will we look over Sefco meltdown? You can't. Right. Let's look at this sexy bastard talking. I always call Johan Mjällby a sexy bastard. Do I fancy him? Of course not. I'm a straight man, but I always call him a sexy bastard. Look, Johan Mjällby's a sexy man. We all know. And Charlie McGrew as well. I stood there beside Charlie. He was like, oh my God, it's Charlie McGrew. The legend himself. They go. They go, Charlie. Can meet him all goods. No problem at all. No problem at all. That Blackwatch song stuck in my head now over you, Pablo. Oh, God. This is what you've started. You're probably laughing.
Our hearts up against everybody. Of course, they're up against everybody. They're trying to win a title. What does he
Go on,
expect?
Charlie.
Everybody to lie down and let them win it. If he wants to be a champion, he needs to beat the best. Now, he's up against it. Of course he is. That's what it takes to win. Welcome to try to win a title, Dale. This is where we are. Nobody's against you, as in cheating you. There's been decisions that have went for Hart this year. You go back to the Kabori one, his head's a yard off the ground. He heads it. Somebody kicks it, he gets given a penalty. The rules clearly state if you put your head in a dangerous situation, the opposition get a free kick. I could go through a lot of decisions. Listen, it's not been great. We've agreed. VAR's not been brilliant this year. A lot of things need to change.
And the Kizarizas thing at the weekend was driving him nuts as well.
Honestly, there's been loads. Dale's cleverly, he's saying it's disgusting, which every manager would, and that's fine. He's cleverly creating a siege mentality so Hearts turn up and think that the whole world doesn't want to win it. The facts of the matter are everybody wants Hearts to win it, apart from Celtic fans and Hibs fans. That's the fact.
Oh, what a guy, Charlie. He just speaks well. You know, he just speaks well. He calls it as it is. You know, well done, Charlie McGrew. Right. This is off the records. What jersey am I wearing on Saturday? Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Yous are the supporters. I always pick a jersey for yous if I have it. What am I wearing Saturday? We have options. We have loads of options. Loads of options. We have Black Magic. We have the Bumblebee. We have loads of hoops tops. Let's see what people are going to say in the comments. What am I wearing on Saturday? What jersey am I going with? Because it's going to be a slobber knocker of a day. 2001. I have the 2001. It might be. What's the weather meant to be like the weekend? People want to know as well. Let's have a look for the weather for Glasgow. Glasgow's green and white. Glasgow's green and white. Oh, Saturday it's meant to be raining. What time? There's a 1%. There's a 58%. No, it's meant to be. There's a 13% chance there's going to be rain on Saturday. 1986 Love Street. You're breaking me heart. I love the Love Street jersey, but what, the Spear of Love Street? 67 Lisbon Lions. Black Magic. Oh, let me see. We're gonna have to 67 Love Street. I might wear my Love Street one. You know, I might wear my Love Street one. You know, it's a replicate one, like, you know, that way. You know, I done a deal with a guy on Instagram years ago, and he sent me it. So let's have a look. I'll be wearing my Love Street. Oh, well, I'll have to go Love Street, won't I? I'll go Love Street. You know. So there is the weather for the weekend, folks. In Glasgow City, on Saturday, there's a 1% chance of rain. So the rain won't be around Celtic Park. She won't be. And there's a 13%. Do you know what that 13% is? That's heart tears. That's Doya hen tears. That's what that is. That'll be moving up to 100%. Yup, Elvie. Get out of here. Good thing you. Forget about a jug of Tavernier's tears. I want Derek McKenna's gallon of tears. I want to be drinking that on the live. I'm going to get a big huge gallon of water. I pretend that's McKinnis's tears. Get him right up him. Does my head in. Get up. Giddy up now, baby. Oh, I have that one. I wore that in the Blazing Heat a couple of years ago. Yeah, of course, Dominic. How are you getting on? Is that you on your wedding day? I hope you had a great one. Would you do a shout out for my mate, Tieran, and his missus who won't let him go on Saturday? Who's his missus? I'll get on the phone call and tell her that he's getting a hall pass. The Celtic this is historic. This is historic. He needs to be there on Saturday. He needs to be there with the big Swan Tom Dom. He needs to be there with Swan Tom Dom. Tiernan, tell your missus that you're getting a hall pass for the weekend. Uncle Keith or Brother Keith. Brother Keith is going to be there and supporting you. You know? I'll knock up to the gaff and I'll give the warranty. I'll give her the warranty and that you're going out. You're going out and I'm issuing that warrant. You know? I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Domo, tell him that Keith's not happy. That could easily be a divorce there. Oh, she better let him go. Tell her there's going to be a VAR review, there is. If my missus turned around and said to me, you're not going out for the Celtic game, I'd be like, you know what? You'll get milked out of this gaff. Good luck. My missus does the opposite. She encourages me to go out because I have a good Fenian missus. She's a good East End missus. You know, I'm blessed to have her. It must be love. Do-do. But I'm as bad as like honestly, they'd be like, would I wear this jersey? Would I wear that jersey? And she'd be like, just wear the fucking jersey, will you? And get out of my face. Until we give him that stick. I'm like, you did me in work and I go out and watch the games. She'd be like, I don't want to know. And she'd be like, I'll be in work. We do have the game on the screen in the back of the bar. And I'd be like, yeah. She's a good. You know how much of a good Celtic fan she is? She has the white long sleeve jersey of 2014, the Nike one with the yellow on it. And guess who she has in the back of it? The big sexy Stefan Johansson. I should wear him one night on the channel. She has some cracking jerseys in there. And I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll put that on. I like the dark green one with the tartan design on it. The Nike one. I never had that one. She has that. I should wear it. You know? My ex said she's divorced me because I love Celtic more than her. And I told her I love her. And I told her I love Rangers more than you. Love. Jesus Christ. How many Hearts jerseys will be abandoned? Yeah, you know the sad reality is there's gonna be Rangers fans buying Hearts jerseys on Vinted and getting them for this weekend. That's the sad reality. That's the reality we're living in. You know? Iheanacho won the league at Fair Park. I hope so. Our Nigerian king, Kelechi Iheanacho. What a man. What a man. Hey, sad Keith. It's the truth. So I was on the train going into Glasgow and there was two Jambos sitting beside me. Did it stop me talking about Celtic when they were sitting beside me? Not a chance. There's me in my Celtic gear on a Saturday. Me Celtic cap on, me Celtic hoodie on, me white and green Adidas shoes. I'm a proper Fenian. I wear my colours everywhere. I'm not afraid of them shite bags. They're just poor Rangers fans that couldn't afford the bus fare or the train fare up to Glasgow. Sadaks. They're only coming out of the cracks because the team's doing all right. Where were they? They didn't save the club when they went down, did they? Nah, they didn't save the club. They keep claiming they did. They didn't. The big Ange Budge. Get her out of it. The tide one bleeding, take her out. Jesus. Isn't that right, Pablo? Isn't that right? I'm gutting my weekend on work. Oh, no way, mate. Don't worry. We'll be having a live show. We'll be having a party on Saturday. Don't you worry. When I get home about 7 o'clock on Saturday night, I'll be steaming drunk. I'll be getting the cans into me, and I'll be enjoying it. I was going to stay up to drink to the cup final, but I broke that voodoo yesterday. So don't you worry. We're gonna have a proper party night if we win this league on Saturday. If we win the league, you have to play the if game because you don't want to be getting too cocky. You don't want to be acting like them. Did anyone see the clip of Hearts throwing all their title decor into the skip? Gobshites. No matter what Martin and exactly. The guy needs a statue if he does this. You know, it's going to be an interesting time on the channel. We have a big busy summer ahead in this channel. We're going to be doing World Cup watch-alongs. We're going to be talking about transfer talk a lot. We're going to be watching memorable moments. We're going to be watching some funny Scottish comedy as well on the channel. We'll be putting up loads of stuff. So what we'll do is, I was meant to go 5 minutes ago, but my missus is delayed in work. So I'm going to put on something. Open goals coming up. I cannot stand open goal. I wouldn't even give them the recognition of putting them on. Oh, 2 seconds now. Let's see. Someone requested this the other night. Here we go. So, folks, let's buckle in. Who's staying up late for the next hour? We might have an extended version of the show tonight. Does anyone want to stay over for the next hour? Because I'm going to put on something that you are all going to enjoy. It's Celtic related. It's funny. And someone requested this the other night on the channel. And I'm going to live up to my hype and I'm going to give it to you. You ready for this, folks? Drum roll for this. Let's get ready. Buckle up because this is going to be a watch. This will be a watch. This is 1994.
USA. Scotland have failed to qualify. The remnants of our qualifying crusade.
If you like this, give us a green love heart and share it.
Single fish, washed down by bitter wine.
Now, before we get into this and enjoy it, there's a button below. Press the share button and put it on WhatsApp. Saying, watch this with us, lads. Or share it on Facebook and tag a couple of pals. Let's get into it. On it like a car bonnet.
Grapes vintage. As it is and for Scotland always will be, despair begins at home.
Yes, this is totally me, Chick Young, standing where I was, which is over there. Hampden Park, Valhalla, the El Dorado of false bravado, the Camelot of catastrophe. Well, tonight, our lot take on Holland, the Netherlands. Pay, ba, nicht points. Juliana's crown jewels, the old Dutch grandmasters, the fathers of William. Of course, I'll be supporting Scotland. But of course, this is no ordinary game. This is, in fact, a very special game because what's at stake is absolutely nothing. So, Scotland must be in with a chance. Craig Brown, El Supremo, a great night indeed, perhaps. They all knew, except for some bits, Hampden Park. Holland, the visitors, a gala occasion for what promises to be the same as usual. Any thoughts, Craig, on what we might expect? Any surprises up your sleeve?
Well, Chick, this is the time for trying new things. It's the
Yeah,
time for experimenting. I'm looking forward to seeing Colin Henry on the pitch. He certainly looks like an experiment. And Gordon Jury, who had sort of faded from the international scene, but got right back in there.
By his application and dedication?
No, by joining Rangers.
Craig, your appointment came at a time when, let's be honest, criticism was mounting, albeit, in my opinion, unjustifiable, about events that would happen.
I just want to pause this for them. Why are people leaving the conversation? Like, I'm getting some retro comedy clips on and you're leaving like a fucking hot snot. Shame on you. Shame on you. Just say goodnight. I like to be attached to me subscribers. I get very emotional when people just do a snaky Brendan Rodgers.
Outside football, from within. But you, Craig Brown, tonight, here and now, promise us a bright new future and a new dawn of...
I have abandoned issues.
Can we qualify for Europe?
I don't abandon ships with the SEFCO.
We're in Group 8. Personally, I'd have preferred Group 4. Then we'd be guaranteed an escape.
Okay, Craig, it's 10 to 8. The atmosphere is building up. You'll be wanting to go off and give the lads their team talk.
That's right. They should be arriving any minute.
Of course, tonight's been a special all-ticket sellout, apart from the front two rows, gala occasion. Scottish football's finest have turned up to see for themselves just how lovely the grand old lady of whatever bit of Glasgow this is looking these days. Yes, tonight, all roads lead to Hampden. I see Alex Cameron made it. And there's David Syme.
I think it's marvellous that Scotland are back in there.
Dennis Law, it looks like Dennis Law.
Because, well, as I say, for me, it was always a thrill to play here for my country. It was a thrill pulling on that dark blue jersey and getting dubbed all over the world. But, you see, as I say, what Scotland needs is...
Give me Donald Trump vibes. He looks like Donald Trump.
A manager, a leader who can find the nation, a man with a bit of charisma and dot of pizzazz, a colossus to lead us out of the soccer wilderness, and I think we finally got that with Craig. Craig Thingman.
Peter Hoekstra, Rangers star and of course a Dutchman in his own right. Peter, recently you presented Walter Smith with a play me or sell me ultimatum. Did the great
Dutchman in his own right.
Waldo take you out the back and give you a right good kicking for your cheek?
Well, for sure not. I want to play for Rangers. They're a good team, but I would like to play in World Cup because being Dutch, I am eligible to play for Holland.
I thought being the sons of William, everyone in the Rangers team was eligible to play for Holland. Of course, Pietro, Holland, the Orange Hombres are, for so many of us here in Scotland, our big World Cup hope. Can they maybe not bottle it this time?
Well, for sure. In past World Cup finals, Holland are so often the nearly team. As you say, always in the bridesmaid's dress and never the brides. And this is big disappointment, especially for Hans Hillhouse.
And what about here tonight, Pete? Fancy our chances? Or do you think Scotland will win?
Well, it is difficult to know because Holland has so many world-class players and Scotland have so many Scotland-class players. Even with so many missing, Holland still have some very
Good to see you in, by the way, Jock Muller.
At the back and up front, Bergkamp and Roy. But if he plays, the big danger man for Scotland will be Brian Irvine.
If Holland don't get a result tonight, will that sound a warning for manager Dick Advocaat? Or am I talking a lot of balls?
I would say, Chick, yes, you are.
Thanks, pizza. Different class.
I'm just going to fast forward a little bit because I don't want to get done for any copyright stuff. So just give me 2 seconds now. Let's fast forward a little bit.
Well, Archie.
Sorry to interrupt you, Davey. You were saying?
I was just saying, hello, Archie. Yes, Archie. Well, Archie.
Sorry, Davey, to butt in again, but I can't help wondering, has Craig Brown got it right?
As right as you can ever hope to have it, given the circumstances, is the simple answer to that one, Archie.
Quite, Davey. Yes, absolutely. In fact, one can almost feel the sense of optimism quite literally oozing around us. And, Davey, I might be tempting fate, but I take Scotland to win tonight, and that's all down to preparation.
Well, that's correct. Earlier this year, Craig Brown brought through some of the younger players with a B international. What I'd like to see, though, is that
subjectively, from an objective point of view, you can't help but worry about a World Cup future in the years to come. I suppose a British side could be a good idea, in terms of qualification, but of course, there'll be people dead against that idea.
Who, for example?
Stuart McKimmie.
I might live in England, but I keep a close eye on what's happening up here. For example, I know that recently at my old club, Rangers, they had an acupuncturist in to assist with treatment to injuries, a physiotherapist to assist players with fitness, and an anaesthetist to assist with Richard Goff's haircut. Now, I'm not telling anyone, like Craig Brown, who to pick, but we need leadership. And I'm sure all of Scotland would rally behind a haircut as mental as Richard's.
Dennis, disappointed or just very disappointed?
No comment.
Oh my God, he's giving me Donald Trump vibes all over, honestly.
Except that, as you say, you're not actually making a comment, am I? In fact, a comment actually making.
Gubbed, humped, slavered, scalped. That's the sort of constructive criticism held.
Well, Chick, what was most pleasing was the manner of our gubbing act. I felt we were gubbed with flair.
Be fair, Craig. You've never really had a settled side, have you?
Well, that's true, Chick. We've had tremendous problems to contend with. For example, in the period since I took over, we've had 57 call-offs.
Unbelievable.
And not one of them was Brian Irvine.
Craig, the fans would like to know by wanting me to ask, Richard Goff, Gimmicky.
I like to think that the Scottish have something to do with that. I think that people like me, George Graham, and him at Man United, bring a bit of personality to the game. Okay, so we lost out in the league challenge. I won't be making any excuses, but Kevin Gallagher breaking his leg was a serious blow. But some people will do anything to avoid being picked for Scotland.
The current problems, yeah, totally unacceptable to a club of Tottenham Tide. Everywhere in the country now.
I don't know who this is. I don't know because it's well before my time. So you have to educate me on this bit.
A lot for fans to stomach, and the failure of British team to qualify for World Cup and make them to talk about putting the English, the Irish, the Welsh, and the Scottish into one team. I think it's a good idea. After all, it worked for Jack Charlton.
Angleterre, je ne comprends pas. En Écosse, c'est peut-être à cause de l'Alliance. Je comprends quelqu'un comme moi que c'est l'enfant terrible comme Taron Jackson. Je ne sais pas pourquoi, mais j'aime tout le monde. Je suis un homme compassionné. J'ai compassion. Je crois que c'est très bon que beaucoup de gens sont allés au testimonial de Scott Nisbet. Même les supporters de Rangers qui ont de lui regardent chaque semaine. Bernard Tapie, son histoire sera en vidéo bientôt. Swindler's List. Je m'intéresse au football écossais et je regarde les incidents à Colbarry et Celtic lorsque les fans attaquent les footballeurs. C'est très mal. Pas bon parce que ce n'est pas du football que les autres footballeurs.
Oh. Voulez-vous rêver avec moi ce soir? The success of this literary masterpiece placed Maurice in the same league as France's other giants, Zola, Proust, and Rimbaud.
No, Bill, Alan McInally was in Germany.
Well, you know, as you may or may not be aware, I did actually play out in Italy for an Italian club, Torino. And of course, they were in the news recently when they were accused of providing cargoes as prostitutes. This does go on in Italy, which is very sad, but thankfully not here. Well, the only hooring you get is Freddie of Dundee United.
Well, this is what it's all about, because the World Cup does bring enormous pressures on the management side, especially to the managers. Andy Roxburgh went because Scotland failed to qualify. Terry Yorath got the sack because Wales failed to qualify. Graham Taylor got the sack because England failed to qualify. And Billy Bingham got the sack because Northern Ireland failed to stop the Republic from qualifying. Oh, a raiding off, that would have meant leaving Wraith Rovers. I did work the Northern Ireland job, but at the end of the day, it came down to money.
And the Northern Ireland FA wouldn't budge.
Exactly. And I couldn't afford to offer them any more. Of course, what about the Welsh? They appoint John Toshak, one game, gubbed. He resigns and goes back to Spain. That's so Irish, it's almost Scottish.
And of course, leaks in the aforementioned Welsh things means that sadly, regrettably, the Copa Mundial will be minus one of the game's great pluses because quite simply, he simply is that. And that is a man with old legs on his brilliant young shoulders, Ryan Giggs.
Oh, yeah, I love it at United. I play the game I like to play. I score goals. I like awards. The team are great. Red's my favourite colour. My favourite place is Manchester.
Oh my God.
Easy, but I have other friends outside.
You have them down to the T.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not my whole life. The boss keeps me right, tells me everything I need to know. advises me, signs me up in 5-year contracts, that sort of thing. As far as I'm concerned, Manchester United is the biggest club in the world, and anything else is down.
What do you think when you hear AC Milan are set to offer £10 million for you?
Well, obviously, I'm very flattered that Mr. Milan thinks I'm worth it.
In buying Duncan Ferguson, Rangers had illustrated yet again their awesome spending power, as well as demonstrating the new non-sectarian image of their club by signing a non-Mason. While across the Great Divide, dithering and dramatically falling behind in the Financial League Two, Celtic's custodians were coming under increased pressure.
The situation's not good, but moves have to be made to make it more good. Because Celtic mean a lot to me, and whether I'm here or not personally, I've got a new scheme that could be brought in and introduced to make sure the club makes the break-even figure at every home match. Force Lou Macari's backroom staff to pay at the gate.
That was bad.
Oh, God.
Awful. Disgraceful. I have to say my players, in fairness, were a bunch of big lasses out there today. I could have put out a Girl Guide select and seen a better display than these. But to be honest, I don't think we're as bad as some people are making out.
Hello. Oh, hello. The Royal Bank of Scotland. No, I'm sorry, we've cut back as much as we can. Yes, but
the biscuits in.
We'll move to sell Galloway and Gillespie. Well, then we might have to start paying win bonuses. Well, there's no money in that account. Take some out of our super saver, Tufty the Squirrel account. What done in that? No money to pay the players' wages.
Now more than ever, Celtic needed men with nerves of steel, but all they got was men with necks of brass.
So these are the 3 announcements. 1, Cambuslang is a reality. 2, there will no longer be a Celtic board. There will be 2 Celtic boards.
Oh my God, it's like the board now. Except they have the fucking money.
And 3 is the immediate move to raise between £4 and £6 million to strengthen the financial position of the club. The formation by the pact of a new pressure group, Celts for any loose change. Jefferno. Jefferno. No, not Jackanory. Jefferno. They're a major European credit bank from the Cayman Islands. And what's more, they're Celtic-minded people. Jefferno. G-T-F-I-N-O-R.
What we have today is a situation of we do not know what, because of we do not know why, for the purpose of you're not quite sure, by means of who knows whether in the realms of where, when, and why. But I'm quite happy to answer these questions because that's the only way we ever learn anything.
The pressure was back on Lou Macari and the team. Hello, Lou. Yes, Lou. Well, Lou, David Proven here, Lou. And before we go, another poor season. And for me, this is all down to a genuine lack of quality players of quality.
Well, in fairness, Davey, I know money is required for new players, but I will say that these I have here are very adaptable. They can be just as ineffective in a number of positions. But in fairness, there are players at Celtic Park who I know have the club at heart. Peter Grant, he's a Celtic man through and through. And this is something I discussed with him when he was signing his last hour-to-hour contract.
It makes me sad.
Danny McGrain back in the early 90s.
Last season's unrest was totally unacceptable for a club like Celtic.
I'll never forget the New Year game. At the height of troubles, I could only watch in horror as a Mars bar was thrown at the director's box. Actually, it was just after that I got injured myself. I was trampled in a crush as Derek Johnson tried to grab the Mars bar.
That Ulster match was certainly a new experience. There was a lot of bad feeling, and you could feel the tension, or the hatred, if you like. It was most unpleasant. Then the boys left Lou Macari in the dressing room and went out to face the Rangers fans.
Well, I didn't agree with the Ibrox ban, but I thought the Celtic board did all they could to resolve the situation. Rangers demanded 7,600 and Celtic offered them Rudy Vata.
Hello, Donald. Yes, Donald. Well, Donald, vandalism in any shape or form cannot be condoned, but there are those who feel that what Rangers did to combat this was not so much anti-vandal as simply anti-Celtic.
Good.
But I have to ask, what are the police doing while all this vandalism is going on?
Well, usually celebrating a Rangers victory with the rest. Do we take football too seriously? Is there enough fun in the game?
Reminds me of Trump all over. Look at him.
Not that a baddie. That's exactly what I'm just saying, you know. But knowing so many words, you know, of course there is fun. Like a Sun's newspaper fantasy league, you know. What laugh that gives. You know, they rated Tosh McKinley at value of 350,000. That's funny, no?
We'll get there.
Oh, Igor's been like a breath of fresh air wafting through Canada.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be 20. I'll get me 20,000. They'll come round the corner.
But you see what he's like. He'll never be my successor. As United's #1 spokesman? No. As United's #1 moaning face. But
he buys a copy of The Big Issue, his dad visits him, and he eats pasta. Just some of the big important stories that have been featured this year in the official Rangers magazine, The Daily Record. Big Mark, he's brilliant, isn't he?
Mostly, not so. Particularly good season. He's been scoring goals as fast as the Scottsport cameras can miss them.
I was speaking to Coyce the other day, and what a character. He was a bit down. In fact, I'm not trying to shop him, but he said that he felt humiliated. What's up, boss? Have you freed him?
Oh, nah, it's worse than that. It's just time to pose with Broxy Bear in the programme.
By the way, Walter, why was Andy Gorham dressed as Broxy Bear at the last Old Firm game of the season?
Because it's the only thing that we've got that fits him.
Walter, I have to say, for my money, too many people have brought shame to the great name of Rangers, naming no one in particular, but Gordon Jury, going out with a Celtic supporter.
Well, obviously, it has been in particular, a particularly difficult year for us. Yeah, it'd be right to say, the club has had various traumas to deal with, in particular, long-term injuries, indiscipline, on and off the field, and most serious of all, the Duchess of Kent becoming a Catholic.
Anyway, Walter, yet another great season with the promise of more to come. I have to say, Walter, thanks to you, it really is great being a proddy. And finally, Jerry, I have to ask you, because we've got 30 seconds to kill, World Cup USA, who do you fancy to win it?
Well, in a word, if Germany had been based in New York, I'd have gone for them because star striker Jurgen Klinsmann would feel so at home on Broadway. But I go for Brazil.
Brazil? So, Jerry, you're going for the yellow cow and beef?
Yes. But before we go, on behalf of all of us on Scottsport Extra Wine, we'd like to say good luck and best wishes to the Republic of Ireland.
Sure, Jerry.
Well, we're into week 11 of a quite superb West of Glasgow Indoor Bowls Championship. And don't forget our Bull of the Tournament competition, with the chance to win something to do with bowls. And we can see that now. Can we? No, we can't. Well, never mind, because we've now reached the quarter-final stage, and let me tell you, the atmosphere is quite electric as we await the arrival of those first quarter-finalists, Rangers. Oh, no.
Mate, what time your masses are at?
You don't do loyal burgers.
Oh no, I don't think I'll be able to make mass. I wonder, do you do home delivery communions by any chance?
I didn't come here with a supporters club, you know. I came by my own accordion to support my country, Holland.
So, what part of Holland do you come from?
Blackhall. And it was a great personal
It's a builder. This is a builder.
sacrifice to myself that I am here because if Holland reach the final, I'll miss the walk.
Get a big issue. 50 cents to help the homeless. 50 cents to help the homeless. Get a big issue.
I can see a wee history lesson is going for here, right? Okay, now listen, it's dead simple, right? Right, a long time ago there was like the Pope, right? And he was a Catholic. They were all Catholics then, you know. But I mean, they were, you know. Yeah. But, right, Henry VIII, he said, no way, because he's birthing that, you know. But I mean, you know, there was James and the Pope, and they were given that, right? But King William, who was not a poof, by the way, not a poof, right? He and his pal Martin Luther said, right, that is it, no more. So they had a fight, right? Well, no with ourselves, right? But they fought, you know, the Pope and that, and they beat the butt. And they won, right? At a battle of the point. So,
oh God.
So it's because of that, well, that there's a world and like religious freedom and that, you know. I mean, naturally I'm simplifying things, but I get a gist, you know.
If I'm get put it, well, I think I'll support Morocco because I quite like getting miraculous.
I think I know what you're talking about. The Orange Walk?
I mean, what? Yes.
But isn't this just an anti-Catholic demonstration of provocative triumphalism and, well, basic bigotry?
Well, there's no much point in doing it if it isn't.
I don't know if you can see us, but the taxis are yellow. And I think that's really nice, that, because, well, I have a taxi myself back home in Glasgow. You might have seen it. It's a black one.
Having nailed my colours well and truly to the mace, I would have to say, though, that I have nothing against the Roman menace, per se. I just don't like their indoctrination. I mean, my son, if I ever get access again, will of course be forced to support Rangers, swear allegiance to the lodge, learn to play the flute and join the Scottish Young Conservative Party. But once he's 21, he can decide for himself what he wants to be.
Right, so, first game, us versus the Italians.
Shut up, Lawrence!
I hope the Holy Father will be alright, but me no supporting Italy. Listen, he'll be fine, he'll be alright. He'll understand. After all, he is inflammable.
That jersey's a belter. I'd love to get that jersey.
It's the Saturday before the 9th, Sunday after Palm Sunday, which is Friday the 24th, which is Mexico. Oh no, that's another good Tim country. Well, never mind. Come on. Remember the
Arajo won't be happy.
The 28th, which is Norway, ya beauty. That's in the feast of St. John Ogilvie. I think Protestant country too, Norway, but with John Ogilvie's help, the true faith will prevail. You know, it's great to come over here and forget about religion and just concentrate.
Germany. Possibly super bloody Jurgen Klinsmann plays for Greece. You ever want to? Nah, I don't like John Travolta. Saudi Arabia.
Latin country, forget it. Sweden. Well, good shout. We have our people. Romania. Oh, no way. No, that's a capital, Italy.
This is your first trip to the States. Impressed by what you see?
Oh yes, I mean, giant stadium, which is impressive. It's actually very impressive because you see, it's what Campbell Slang would have been like if it had happened.
I'm getting Rio Atate vibes here. That's Rio Atate. That's Rio Atate.
But it's here because well, it doesn't exist, and well, this does, you know.
Do you have a ticket?
No, I'll see if I can maybe just get a lift over.
Do you have money?
No, I'll see if I can maybe just get a job.
Do you have a work permit, a visa, a passport?
No, I see the bloke that is hiding me in the oil drum on the way in. I mean, like, he said I didn't need any of them.
So you're an illegal alien?
No, I'm a Celtic man.
I know a lot of the so-called soccer purists were against the finals being held here, but I'm all for it, and I've certainly been looking forward to the States. The state I'm in the plane going north, the state I'm in when I'm waking up in the cells, the state I'm in after the fight I started a baseball match.
Do you have any concerns over World Cup USA?
Aye, I'm a bit worried, especially for the World Cup mascot, striker. It's a duck, and I'm feared the South Korean team might try to eat it.
I suppose it's because I'm here in America that I can take a more objective look at the crisis in Europe. And you know, I have to say it is worrying, isn't it? I mean, it could happen. You know, it actually could happen. And what would life be like if it did? I mean, would life be worth living?
World Cup useless, I say, because, I mean, apart from the millions being pumped into the game and the billions of people who will watch it on the telly and the thousands of kids who'll take up the game because of it, I can't think of one single benefit. I mean, it's one single benefit in having the finals been held here in the American States of United, because, I think it's very sad because only 20%. I'll poultry 20% of the population know it's happening. And you know what that is in figures? Roddy, I tell you what it is in figures. It's nearly 60 million people, which is pathetic.
I'll tell you one thing about the Americans, Jay. They really know how to put on a show.
Yes, indeed they do. In fact, I was at the live coverage of the draw back in December, and all the great soccer names were there. Franz Beckenbauer, the Kaiser, Eusebio, the Black Panther, Leonard Nimoy, Mr. Spock, David Hasselhoff, that's the big Diddy out of Baywatch. And of course, Mickey Mouse was there too. So the SFA was represented.
Big Jack Charlton, well, my old mucker, Big Jack. Well, Big Jack is simply operated within the
Big simple punch up the park. Then he went out and signed one.
So where exactly do Kevin Beath actually play, Jerry?
Norway, well, Norway had a bit of an unknown quantity, unless you happen to know all about them.
Even here, however, thoughts of Scotland and domestic doings are never far away.
St. Patrick's got Yeah, but the real reason I'm here is because Lou McCarry has told me we need to sign a big bustling centre forward, and I think I've found the very guy. So, tell me, what's your asking price?
Yeah, top-class players are good investment. Rangers, for example, spent £4 million in Duncan Ferguson. He's already started to pay that back, mostly in fines. Well, personally, I was surprised when Rangers signed Duncan. Tactically, I didn't think they'd be leaving a big, simple punt up the park. Then they went out and signed one. But let me assure all of Celtic's loyal stay-away fans that the first steps have been taken to bring an end to Rangers' 6-in-a-row championship-winning run. I've reported them to the Monopolies Commission. Right. Would you like to sign for Celtic? Okay,
probably know when you do, right? Glasgow is a 100% 24 hours a day footballing city, so it's kind of nice to get away to the relative peace and quiet of New York, yeah?
I can, man.
Nice to meet the two of you. Yeah.
Ask not what my country can do for me. Ask what can I do for my country to improve the standards of football, because let's forget about not qualifying for this sham, right? And let's concentrate on the Eurovision Championships, where once again we're going to be in amongst the big boys, the Faroe Islands, the Knights of Finland, and my old pal from my days back in Torino, we San Marino.
Bagel, Jerry? No. Can I get one? No. You won't eat your dinner. I will eat my dinner. No, you're not getting one. Look, you're not my dad, Jerry. No, but I am chief sports editor. Big worry, Jerry.
A prediction. A World Cup prediction. All right. I'll give you a prediction, right? I'll give you a prediction, and it's this. In the World Cup final, right? In the final, whoever's playing, whoever the teams are, in the final, 20 seconds after the kickoff, the commentators will be talking about England.
Well, folks, that is it tonight. That's over 2.5 hours of a podcast, a bit of a mixed variety of talking about the handball situation, the game the weekend, only excuse, 94, World Cup 94. I hope he's enjoyed it. But I will be back on tomorrow night for a podcast. I'm gonna say, what a season, what a climb. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mark, you missed out. I hope you enjoyed the podcast tonight. I hope you really enjoyed it. So, folks, I will root out a few classic games for tomorrow to get us in the mood for it. You know what? We'll see, can we find one right now? We'll have a look at this. I mean, we'll have a look at this tomorrow again to get the spirits up. Let's 1 second now. This will put people into the mood for the weekend. This is a game that a lot of people will want to remember. Let me see. We need to find this now. Oh, God. Here we go. This goes on for 2.5 minutes, right? I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put this on, right? Before I head. I can't get the full game of it, but I'll get this clip. This will do. Just wait 1 second now. Appreciate the tip as well. Thank you very much. Gets people in the mood. Right.
We would have won the title so early with that sort of attitude.
Hudson!
Brilliantly well in Gordon in terms of how he's turned the whole thing around. I mean, if there is a Manager of the Year award, then there is absolutely no doubt that Gordon Strachan, with the general pressures and the job that he had to do here, should win that, you know.
Are you surprised that some people are suggesting that Gordon Strachan isn't the Manager of the Year?
There's no debate about it. With the greatest respect to all the other managers, you know, you've got Tony Mowbray, Jim Jeffries. The Celtic job, frankly, it's a different level. And the specific task that he had to do, I think anyone who is close to football and is a judge in football can only have one decision there. I don't understand it, frankly.
Champions League, having been out of it for one season, I suppose you'll be absolutely determined to get in it, and not just get in it, but say we're back with a bang.
Yeah, well, this club needs to be in the Champions League. You know, it's not only the financial, short-term financial, it's the exposure. You're a big club if you're playing in the Champions League. And for us, we want to get in there and make an impact and try and do as much as we possibly can, okay? And certainly in the group stage, and let's see where we go beyond.
Are you saying that Celtic will have a squad that can compete at that level?
What we will do within our resources, we will be doing everything we can to strengthen the club, strengthen the squad that allow us to have a good account for ourselves in the Champions League. That's what we'll be doing over the close season.
20 years later, it's still the same shite for them.
To strengthen the squad over that period. We understand what's going on elsewhere. Clearly, Paul Le Guen coming in at Ibrox is really exciting. It's a major coup for Rangers. Fantastic excitement, I think, in the build-up to next year now. So we need to be ready.
Is Lawwell being a hun in the skies?
23 players. So really, between now and the close season will depend in terms of who goes and who comes. But the objective is definitely to strengthen what we have.
Can Celtic afford to lose a player such as Neil Lennon?
What we decided with Neil was to let's wait, let's get the title out of the way, and let's then sit down and talk. And that's what we plan to do in the next couple of weeks, just to see where he is, let the dust settle, and see where we are, and hopefully we can come to an agreement there.
Tommy Burns, how is he?
Yeah, well, I spoke to Tommy last night after the game. He was in great spirits, thrilled as everyone, particularly delighted for him. Clearly, Tommy has got his health issues at the moment, but last night he was in great form, and you know, we want Tommy back here as soon as he possibly can, and I'm sure he'll be here not before long.
Yeah. 2 seconds, folks. I'll see if I can find another classic. He was talking a lot of nonsense. I thought that was going to be the goal. See, I need to find this game. Oh, it's doing me head in. I'm trying to find it. Some good classics. But anyways, folks, I'm gonna leave it because it's been over 2.5 hours. We'll get a retro game on tomorrow. That was great, Keith. Enjoy Saturday. Brilliant watching all videos. Pedro looking. Decline stop. Hail. Same to you. Well, folks, I will be back on tomorrow night, probably around 7 o'clock. We'll do a preview for the game on Saturday. We'll have a chat about players being linked with. As I said tonight, Jens Askew was kind of didn't do himself well for pushing for the Celtic job, the way he spoke about Celtic the other night and the officials and stuff as well. But look, move on. You're going to see more meltdown off them over the next couple of days. In regards to this decision, it was the right decision. But form is temporary, liquidation is permanent. I will be back on tomorrow night. Hello. Take care.